What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from my NHL show for Thursday, March 4th, and I love these games that I am attacking. Check out the entire show. Hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We're going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern. Detroit Red Wings, 7-15-3, 3-9-1 on the road at Carolina Hurricanes, 15-6-1, 6-1-1 at home. It's Bernier versus James Reimer. Detroit opened at plus 235 at Bet365. They're now at plus 240. If you shop around, you can get them as high as plus 264. So plus 240 really is the minimum at this point. The total, and that's where I will be attacking, is at 6. The under 6 is at minus 125, and that's basically the worst line out there. It's between minus 118 and minus 125, and literally, I was shocked. I was expecting a 5.5 at minus 110. I saw the 6 at minus 125, and I pounced right away. Bernier, 6-4-0, 2.84 goals against average, 913 save percentage. He's playing well. James Reimer, I expect to be in that for Carolina. At this point, Mrazek is hurt. Reimer, 10-3-0, 2.90 goals against average, 902 save percentage. He's been good. Wings power play is dreadful, 9.9% hit rate or score rate. Their penalty killing is also weak at 70.4%. The Hurricanes power play is very strong, 29.6% power play, and their penalty killing is good at 80.3%. The Detroit Red Wings average 2.08 goals a game. And now they're playing without their two best offensive players. Captain Dylan Larkin and Tyler Bertuzzi are both out with upper body injuries. The Wings are hopeful that they will return next week. Without them, they've scored 3 goals in their last 2 games. Now, prior to that, they did have a game where they put up 5 goals, which was a surprise. It was impressive. But with the last 2, they've scored 3 goals. And that 5-goal outburst was against the Chicago Blackhawks. And it was the first game without Larkin in the lineup, and we see teams step up in that first game without their star. We just saw that with the Pittsburgh Penguins and Sidney Crosby. They've also been playing without defenseman Troy Stecher, who's dealing with a lower body injury, and Patrick Nemeth, who's been out due to COVID safety and protocols. Nemeth is off the COVID list. He's expected to be back in the lineup for this. I was hoping that they would give Langley native first-round pick, 2016 first-round pick, defenseman Dennis Czelowski, another shot with the big club. I had really high hopes for him when he broke into the NHL. He's offensively gifted, but he has defensive lapses that you can't have with Jeff Blashill. And with Blashill as the coach, it's another reason why I attack unders with the Detroit Red Wings often, and why I like Detroit Red Wings first periods when they're healthy and ready to go. I believe in Blashill to get this team ready, and he's got a conservative approach. And why wouldn't you if you have a team like the Red Wings that are kind of devoid of elite skill and elite playmakers, but have size? Defenseman Dennis Czelowski, he's offensively gifted. He has 8 points in 7 games with the Grand Rapids Griffins of the AHL, but he hasn't come up. In the meantime, I don't know how they score. Their first line is Robbie Fabry between Evgeny Svetchnikov and Bobby Ryan. They're ranked as the second worst first line in the NHL, and I'd be hard-pressed to find the line that's actually worse than that. Fabry, 2014 first-round pick, 21st overall by the Blues, is playing pretty well. 9 points in 16 games. He's a +1 on a team that's a -30 overall. They've called up 2015 first-round draft pick, 21st overall pick, Evgeny Svetchnikov. He's going to be going up against his brother in this game. His brother, the second overall pick in the 2018 draft, Andrei Svetchnikov. Evgeny is the bigger of the two. He's 6'3", 208 pounds. Andrei is the highly skilled, and Andrei's pretty big, and he plays big. But Evgeny doesn't have the skills of his younger brother. I don't think he has the skills to be a top 6 forward. Now, he does have 3 points in 3 games since being called up, but as an example, he was on that 2016 Russia World Juniors team, 0 points in 7 games. He was a 4th liner. So he wasn't amongst the premier players of his age group out of his country. So I'm not really sure why that would change here. He came up in the Q, the Quebec Major Junior League, and he was a good scorer, but not a great scorer. 6'5", 235-pound first-round pick, 20th overall in the 2013 draft, Anthony Manta, who is a great young player, big boy. Has to play with Matthias Brome and Michael Rasmussen on the second line. Rasmussen is a Surrey, BC native who was picked 9th overall in 2017. He's 6'6", 230 pounds. So you're getting size, and that is very important. That's going to bode well for them in the future, but they're not offensively gifted players. Rasmussen, for instance, he started playing this year. He started the year in Austria. And when our elite scorers from the NHL go over to Austria, they score 3 or 4 points a game. And he wasn't even scoring a point a game. Then you have Matthias Brome. So he went undrafted. He's been playing in the Swedish Elite League, now just the Swedish Hockey League. He has 1 goal, 0 assists in 22 games this year. That is not a top 6 forward group that is going to light the lamp. The Detroit Red Wings are going to offer us a great opportunity for unders. Their forwards don't score. Their goaltending can be trusted, whether it's Bernier or Greiss. Hurricanes are a very good hockey team. If they upgraded their goaltending, I would have a future ticket in my pocket for them to win it all. In fact, I had one last year. I just can't keep going back to the well when their goaltending subpar. They bounced back from losing 3 straight to the Tampa Bay Lightning by beating Florida twice on the road, then winning in Nashville 4-2 on Tuesday night. That was a game that we doubled up on. We had the Hurricanes -1 for a nice score, and then we had the Nashville Predators under 2.5. The Predators didn't score until the third period. They scored a couple quick goals, and I was a little concerned, but we cashed both. Now, they've moved the Svetchnikov, the second overall pick, the 2018 draft. They've moved him to the third line. So what that's done is it's given them depth. It's also sparked Jordan Staal. Staal has 17 points so far this year, the exact same number as Svetchnikov, and that third line is ranked 3rd in the NHL. And I was surprised it was ranked 3rd, not number 1. I don't know a better third line than them. Now, it takes away from their top line. Sebastian Aho is now between Nino Niederreiter and Jesper Fast. It's not what Aho needs to be a 90, 100-point scorer. And I'm a big Vincent Trocheck fan. I really liked him in Florida. I thought that they're a much weaker team without him centering the second line. They have Wenberg now as a second-line centerman. I would take Trocheck any day over Wenberg. He centers the second line between Brock McGinn and Martin Necas. It's not that strong of a second line. Thank God Trocheck's on it. But they have depth. They have a very strong mobile defense led by Dougie Hamilton and Jacob Slavin. I could lose this under if the Hurricanes score 4 or 5 goals, but I don't expect them to do that. The Hurricanes allow 2.73 goals a game. I trust their defense combined with the Red Wings' lackluster offense to cash this under 6. And I've even written here, because I had planned to make this move before the lines come out, under 5.5. I can't believe we're getting a 6. Bet it immediately. I expect this to be a 5.5 come game time. I really, really do. That is my first spot on the board. 7 p.m. Eastern, Red Wings, Carolina Hurricanes under 6 at -125. That's available right now at Bet365. And again, that's the worst line on the board. You can get better if you shop around.